So we had a session sent over from one of our followers to see if this is any good for his strength, power and speed development as a cricket player. So everything marked W is his warm-up, and I'm not sure what this T is here, but we'll start with the main sort of session here, which is the A's, and this is done as a superset. So 3 sets of 5 reps on the trap bar deadlift. Amazing for your strength development, great way to start the session, nothing wrong here. But then he does it with a superset of 3 sets of 2s, broad jump to box jump. I wouldn't do this as a superset. If you're hitting your strength work with the right intensity, it's going to be really fatiguing on this. So I'd rather you just do them separately. Really focus on your strength development. Make sure you're hitting this really heavy weights. And then later on in the session, doing your broad jump to box jump as sort of your speed exercise. This just means you can hit that then with obviously the right intention, thinking moving as fast as quickly as you can. You obviously get sort of a contrast benefit from doing a strength exercise and then a plyometric exercise, but you don't lose that sort of later on. You don't need to do it straight away. You can do it later on in the session, so that's what I would do, just do that later on. He then moves on to another superset of a DB step up and a hamstring Swiss ball rollout. So he's doing 3 sets of 5 on the DB step up, so this could be seen as doing it as a strength exercise. I wouldn't use it as a strength exercise at this point in the workout. You can do in different session, but because you've already done a lower body strength exercise with your trap bar deadlift, I wouldn't do another one here straight after it. You're going to be too fatigued to get the right stimulus out of it. What you can do, lower the weight, increase your velocity or your speed that you're doing the movement, and use it as a power exercise, which if that is the intention, that's great. Then next, he goes on to another superset, which is all then around the upper body with a higher rep range, which is probably neither targeting power or strength. So I'm not really sure what he's doing here. If he wants to use the pull-ups as a strength exercise, that's fine in this session. Doing a lower body and an upper body strength exercise is fine in one session, but I'd probably move it to the top of the session after the trap bar deadlift and then do the power work after it. And I'd also lower the rep range. I go below 5 reps here, so between 1 and 5 reps. With this, I'm a bit confused on it, why you're doing the higher rep ranges. If you're working on strength, if you're working on power, you also don't want to be working on building muscle as well. You're spreading yourself a bit too thin. So if it is a bit confusing, you want to develop all that. What I do a block focused on strength and power, and then I do another block after that working on strength and muscle building. So what that would look like, say you do 6 weeks of one and then move on and do 6 weeks of other. Then you'll get the right stimulus out of it and you'll see better progress. Great then to finish session with a bit of core work, which is completely fine. Again, if you want me to go over any of your sessions, just drop them to me in my DMs.